Lagos, Nigeria, is filled with over 26 millions of people, 100 square miles, and the most densely populated city in Africa. Here, opportunity and desperation walk hand in hand. Billionaires and beggars share the same streets, the same traffic, the same hustle. In Lagos, they say 3 things determine your life: your birth, your hustle, and your luck. One young lady had none of the first, all of the second, and was about to discover hers. Sometimes luck wears anything and drives in priceless faith. This is her story, a story about what happens when hustle meets grace.
Close your eyes. Listen. Do you hear it? The heartbeat of Lagos. 15 million people. 15 million hustlers. All fighting, all surviving, all hoping for tomorrow. This is my city. The city that raised me, the city that tried to break me. My name is Adenike, and this is my story. Adenike wakes up before the sun. By 6 in the morning, Oshodi Market is already chaos. Danforth fighting for space, generators coughing black smoke, and hawkers, thousands of us, selling anything we can carry. I'd been doing this since I was 12 years old. 14 years, 5,000 mornings, carrying water on my head, breathing exhaust, shouting until my throat bled. Pure water. 2 words I said 10,000 times. 2 words that meant survival. 2 words that meant I was still invisible. People don't see you when you're poor. They look through you, through your face, through your humanity. You're just part of the noise, part of the chaos they have to tolerate on their way to somewhere better. I used to be someone once. My mother named me Adenike. The crown deserves pampering. She had dreams for me, big dreams. But dreams die easy in Lagos, especially when you are 12 and your mother dies from drinking bad water, especially when your father follows her 2 months later from a broken heart, especially when you are left with a 10-year-old brother and no one to help you. So, you sell water instead, every single day, because that's what survival looks like. 10 kilometers away, in another Lagos, someone else was waking up, but her morning looked different. Zainab Williams, 23 years old, daughter of Chief Emeka Williams, oil tycoon, billionaire, one of the untouchables. She could have had anything, done anything, but Zainab had a problem. Money couldn't fix it. Power couldn't solve it. She felt empty. Like her whole life was built on sand, like she was supposed to do something that mattered. Her father thought she was crazy. Why waste money on street children, he'd say. They'll just betray you. But Zainab didn't listen. Every day, she drove into the parts of Lagos her father pretended didn't exist. Makoko, Ajegunle, Mushin, looking for people to help, looking for purpose. She had no idea she was about to find it.
Life na journey, no give up. Every morning when I rise, I dey thank my God. Hustle for the streets, still I dey hold my hope. Even when the road bend, I no go lose control. 'Cause I know say one day my story go turn to gold.
Lagos traffic is its own kind of hell. Hours just sitting, breathing poison, cooking in the heat. On this particular day, the go-slow on Ikorodu Road had been going for 2 hours. I'd been walking through traffic for 3 hours. 27 bags sold, 50 naira each, 1,350 naira. Just enough for rent and Gary. I was so tired, so hot, so defeated. Most people wouldn't even look at me, just wave their hands like I'm a fly, an annoyance to be shooed away. But then one window opened and I looked into the eyes of someone who actually saw me. She was beautiful, not just her face, her presence. She looked at me like I was human, like my life had value. And then she asked the question that would change everything. How much for your dreams? That's what she said. How much for your dreams? Nobody had ever asked me that. Nobody had ever cared. I didn't know how to answer. My dreams? I'd buried those with my mother 14 years ago. But this woman, this stranger, she looked at me like my dreams still mattered. She bought all my water, 5,000 naira, more than I made in 3 days. Then she said, "Let me buy you lunch." I almost ran. Rich people don't do things for free. Everyone knows that. There's always a price. But she just talked to me like we were equals, like she actually wanted to know my story. So I told her everything. I told her about my mother, how she died slowly, painfully from cholera, how we had no money for the hospital, how I watched her waste away, unable to help. I told her about my father, how he couldn't live with the guilt, how he just gave up, stopped eating, stopped caring, how I found him one morning gone. I told her about Emeka, my baby brother, the boy I raised, the boy I promised our parents I would protect. I told her the dream I'd buried, to be a nurse, to save people like my mother, to make sure no child watched their parent die from something preventable. I cried right there in that buka, in front of a stranger. I cried for 14 years of holding it in, 14 years of pretending I was strong. And Zainab, this woman who said she would help me, she didn't look away. She didn't offer empty pity. She just held my hand. And then she said the words that split my life into before and after. What if you could still become that nurse? What if I helped you? I thought I heard wrong. I thought she was joking, but she wasn't. She was serious. She told me about her foundation, Grace Foundation, scholarships for people like me, full tuition, books, transport, everything. She was offering me my life back. All I had to say was yes. So I did. The first day I walked into that classroom wearing a student uniform, I was 26 years old, the oldest student by 8 years. I felt ridiculous, out of place. But the moment I opened that biology textbook, something woke up inside me, something I thought had died with my mother. Hope. I was good at it, better than good. The human body made sense to me. Cells, systems, diseases, cures. Every chapter was another tool I could use to save lives someday. For the first time in 14 years, I wasn't just surviving, I was living, learning, becoming. Bet, Zainab would send her driver to pick me up every day. She'd check my grades, she'd celebrate every small victory like it was her own. She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. But my days ended where they always had. In our one-room apartment in Mushin, one bulb, one table, one mat on the floor where Emeka and I slept. Every night I'd study until my eyes couldn't focus anymore. Sometimes the light would go out. NEPA would take the power, so I'd light a candle and keep going. Bet, I'd fall asleep with my head on the anatomy textbook, wake up 5 a.m., do it all again. But there was always a shadow in that room, watching, judging, resenting. Emeka, my baby brother, the boy I raised, the boy I promised my parents I would protect, Lagos had eaten him alive. He'd been 10 when they died, too young to understand, too young to carry that weight. I thought if I just worked hard enough, sacrificed enough, he'd be okay. Bet, I was never enough. He needed a mother, a father, a childhood. I gave him survival, and it wasn't enough. By the time he was 28, he'd done 6 months in Kirikiri for armed robbery. He said he was just a driver. He said he didn't know, but the prison tattoos told a different story. Now he ran with the Akala boys, Razor's gang, dangerous men who promised quick money and delivered death. I'd see him watching me study, see the anger in his eyes, like my success was betraying him somehow, like me climbing out meant leaving him behind. I kept telling myself I could save him, that when I became a nurse, when I had a real job, real money, I could pull him out too. But I didn't know he'd already decided to pull me down instead. While I dreamed of saving lives, 5 men sat in an abandoned warehouse in Bariga, planning to destroy one. Razor, that's what they called him because of the scar across his face. 40 years old, 20 years of crime, no conscience, no soul. He'd been watching Zainab for months, Chief Emeka Williams' daughter, billions in oil money. Easy target, he thought. Just needed someone to get close. Someone she trusted. Emeka owed Razor 500,000 naira from a job that went wrong. Money he'd never have. Unless he sold his sister's trust for 20 million naira ransom. The plan was simple. Emeka would tell me Zainab wanted to visit our neighborhood, meet more people who needed help. She'd come because she trusted me. They'd grab her, demand ransom, nobody gets hurt. That's what Emeka told himself, that nobody would get hurt. That was what Emeka told himself, that nobody would get hurt. He was wrong. The morning after that storm, I woke up early to study before school. Emeka was already awake. He said he wanted to talk. He told me Zainab wanted to come to our neighborhood, that he'd suggested it, that he wanted to expand a scholarship program. I was so happy, so proud of him. I thought finally he's changing. Finally, he sees there's another way. I hugged him, told him I was proud, told him this was the brother I remembered. That afternoon, Zainab's driver picked me up. We drove to Ajegule.